Good morning. Good morning. Welcome to the reload. It's time, man. It's time to reload. Whatever you need. Coffee, salt, vitriol, 9mm. We're going to do it this morning. Hope you guys are having a great Wednesday morning. Hope you know that we are all doomed because of the super ultra mega Omicron variant. It's just sweeping the globe and it's just taking out people from infants in the womb all the way to 100-year-old people. We're all doomed. We're not going to make it. There's nothing we can do about it. Doesn't matter. Okay. So hope you guys are prayed up. Hope you know Jesus. Anyway, getting all the gloom and doom. It's Wednesday, guys. You know what? You know what I'm going to do. You know what it means. It's hump day.
Uh-oh. Guess what day it is? Guess what day it is? Huh? Anybody? Julie, hey, guess what day it is? Oh, come on. I know you can hear me. Mike. What day is it, Mike? Leslie, guess what today is?
It's hump day.
What? That's my favorite part. Oh, man, it's going to be a great day. I can tell. Steven, what's up, man? Good morning. Good morning. Lucid. Good morning, brother. Keith, good morning. Night Ace 2. What's going on with you? Uh-oh, Milkmaid's here. Everybody, show her respect, show her honor. We're not worthy. We're not worthy. Good to see you, sis. Debbie, good morning. Oh, Slander, man. Good afternoon. Or is it good evening, brother? What is the time difference? Whatever it is, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night, good morrow. Glad you're here. Ark Wild, man. Good to see you, my brother. The Wizard. Uh-oh. The Wizard's in the house. Ohio Prepper, good to see you. Roots, Rocks, and Feathers. Good to see you this morning. Up early, I hear you. The new normal. Big Chap. I hear you, man. Nothing wrong with a little wake and bake. Appreciate you. So what's going on, man? Good morning. Good morning. Hillbilly Homesteader, my brother. What's going on with you? In between prepping. Good morning, Nikki. It's good to see you, sis. I'm going to send you a jar of chili and beans. Let's see. Sage News. What's going on with you, brother? Good to see you, man. Appreciate you. Appreciate all your news drops throughout the day. Just want you to know that. Loretta, good morning, my sis. Tammy C, good morning. Stars Prepper in the house. Good to see you. Charlton James, good to see you, man. Tell you what, Brave Nation be representing the reload. Flintstone Girl, I didn't skip you. Good morning, good morning. The Michiganders here. Howard D's here. JH, what's going on, sis? We lost our old man Kitty yesterday, not sleeping well. I'm sorry to hear that, sis. I'm sorry to hear that. But I'm glad you're here with us this morning. I hope we can make you smile this morning. Scott NC, good morning. Prepper Days, my brother. Good to see you, man. Yeah, it's hump day, man. We're getting there. Tooth Fairy, good morning. Penny D, good morning. Prepping Plumber, my brother. I hear you, man. You get them men out there and y'all work. Laying that pipe. I hear you. Toys in the Attic, good to see you. Window Liquor. Devout Line. Since you was in 9th grade? I sure have, man. And Devout, again, yesterday, let us know that there is no more dislike button yesterday. And then all of us went and said, there is one, Devout. We can all see it, but none of us realize it doesn't work. There's no numbers beside it. It's just there. You can touch it. You can activate it, but it doesn't appear. So we are sorry, Devout. We didn't mean to cuss you out. Anyway, guys. I appreciate everybody coming in. If I missed anybody, y'all know I love you. Ark Livin, good to see you, my brother. Roots, what's up, sis? Good to see you. Raised right. Mel's dad, good to see you. It's good to see everyone. And let me just say hello to everyone watching on Facebook as well. Like I said, I can't see the chat from Facebook, so I'm not ignoring you guys. If you're saying, hey, hello to you, I appreciate you. And you guys can always come over and join us on YouTube as well. And you'll be in the live chat. Anyway, let's get into it, man. The world's going crazy. I mean, it's been going crazy. I think we know this, but this Omicron thing, I want you to listen to this freaking psychopath, man, who wants the military to enforce a universal vaccine mandate. You know, how can you take people like this seriously?
Must end. The government must require vaccinations, not of this group or that group, not company by company, not cruise ship by cruise ship or airline by airline or governor by governor. The buck stops at the White House.
And the buck stops with me.
But back then, anyone who refused to get vaccinated would get ratted out immediately because we knew that person could hurt other people. The commonweal was a commonweal. Now we're engaged in a similar struggle with COVID, and Eisenhower would be aghast. We have immunocompromised people who are incubators for every variant to come, walking around lawfully unvaccinated? That's psychotic. We have companies that have tried hard to get people vaccinated and now backing down. We have governors who want to be president by grandstanding on a foolish states' right issue, the right to get sick, get other people sick. So it's time to admit that we have to go to war against COVID. Require vaccination universally. Have the military run it. If you don't want to get vaccinated, you better be ready to prove your conscientious objector status in court.
From my heart, kiss my ass. Kiss my ass.
Right? Who embodies the American spirit better than Eddie Murphy, man? Gosh, I wish he would do stand-up shows again. I love his old stuff. Roots. Roots, Rocks, and Feathers. You made me laugh just now when you said that. I remember that when I was a kid. What a maroon. What a nincompoop. Right? They don't make good cartoons like they used to. And I should know. I've never stopped watching cartoons. But anyway, man, the military to enforce it, man. Could you imagine? Like just the logistics of our military trying to enforce a universal vaccine mandate. All right, there's probably a little over 1 million people in our entire military. That's all our branches. And there's 330 million people in our country. You know, people are stupid, man. Yes, we have the greatest military in the world, you know. But even our troops, I just don't see them going door to door, pointing their weapons at American citizens and saying, what is your vaccine status? You know, but who knows? You know, like maybe that's what the purge is about. The purge that's been going through our military, getting all the patriotic people out. Anyway, so Jen Psaki was asked yesterday about Biden's hypocritical shutdown of the travel ban to South Africa and a bunch of other African nations, you know, because when he was running for president, he called Trump, you know, a racist and a xenophobe. So she was pushed on it, man. And she gave, well, just let me show you.
Before Joe Biden was president, he said that COVID travel restrictions on foreign countries were hysterical xenophobia and fear-mongering. So what changed?
Well, I would say first, to put it in full context, Peter, what the president was critical of was the way that the former president put out, I believe, a xenophobic tweet and how he called what he called the coronavirus and who he directed it at. The president has not been critical of travel restrictions. We have put those in place ourselves. We put them in place ourselves in the spring. But no, he does not believe. He believes we should follow the advice of health and medical experts. That's exactly what he did in putting in place these restrictions over the week.
I've had this argument before. It's not what you said, it's the way you said it. That's what basically what she said. She said, yes, we're doing the same thing, but Trump said it mean in a tweet. So, good morning. You leaving? I love you. My wife is leaving. Have a good day, love. Drive safe. There's crazy people out in the world. We're watching some of them right now.
Hi, everybody.
Oh, man. Right, Milkman? Man, I mean, she never gives a straight answer. You know, I love her answers. She has become a master of lying through her teeth and then moving on. You know, she was also asked about why isn't Joe Biden going to, was it Wichita, to visit the families there, you know? And she had an answer for that.
Since the president said that this administration is monitoring the situation in Waukesha closely, it has been revealed by prosecutors that the assailant swerved his truck side to side as part of an intentional act to run over as many people as possible. 6 people are dead. Some children remain hospitalized. Why hasn't the president visited the members of this Christmas parade attack?
Well, I would say first, as you saw the president convey last week, our hearts go out to this community, to the people in Waukesha, that we've been in touch, obviously, with officials there, and we're all watching as people are recovering, and this is such a difficult time of year for this to happen. It's difficult any time. Obviously, any president going to visit a community requires a lot of assets, requires taking their resources, and it's not something that I have a trip previewed at this point in time, but we remain in touch with local officials, and certainly our hearts are with the community as they've gone through such a difficult time.
Liar. All lies. You guys remember just last year, Biden and Harris went all the way to Kenosha to tell Jacob Blake they were proud of him for being, a rapist and a career criminal and fighting against police trying to stab them with a knife. Remember that? And they can't go and visit these families. Why? Because they're white people. Is that why? I want to know, Jen. I wish I was in that press corps. I would just be that. I'd probably get about barred the first day because I would be shouting out, "Does Joe Biden denounce black supremacy?" The public wants to know, And every time I see him, just ask him that. Gosh, I'd be so proud of a journalist if they would just ask him that question one time, just over and over and over and over and over, and then tell him, "It seems like you always hesitate when someone asks you that, Mr. President." Anyway, they're not going there. They don't care. It's not part of their narrative. We know this. Frenchman, what's going on with you, man? Excuse your language. Big Chap's talking about smashing Jen Psaki. Come on, man. You're better than that. Your standards are higher than that. Big Chap, glad you're here this morning, man. I'm going to be sending you an email. We'll hammer out the details. You and me, mano a mano, round earth versus flat earth. It's time. We need to get into it because I have questions. If you're down, if not, it's cool. Best Life, good morning. I think it's fair, right? Because the guy who murdered all those people with his car was a black supremacist. He's a black nationalist. Racism's racism, guy. I don't care what color your skin is. You can be racist. Sage, that would be awesome, man. We all need to get together. That'd be a good show. So I would really like to have a discussion with someone who's versed in it, like Big Chap. I think it would be great. But anyway, moving on. We'll talk, guys. So Ron DeSantis, who to me at this point, if for the 2024 election, I've always said this, I don't think Donald Trump should run. I think he should throw all his support behind, the best candidate. I think if he runs, I think if Trump runs, he would probably win. But I don't think it's what's best for the country. If we really trying to save this system, this current system, and you guys know where I stand on this. If you watch me enough, I think the Republic has fallen and this system is too corrupt to save. But I'm always for trying. I think Ron DeSantis would be a good guy to run. I think if Donald Trump put his weight behind him, and really push him in there. But anyway, Ron did this. Ron, I tend to like Ron DeSantis. He seems genuine. I hope he's not just playing politics just to get into the White House and, fall right back into the old system. But he had this to say about Waukesha.
Is that how it works? The SUVs, they just drive by themselves? This just kind of happened? And they say, oh, this was a big accident. You never actually hear the discussion about who committed this. What was the motivation? This guy was a career criminal, let out didn't really have any bail, basically, should not have even been on the street, had clear anti-white animus, and this was an intentional act. And it seems like, for corporate press, they're more apt to characterize a parent who goes to a school board meeting to protest bad policies as a domestic terrorist than somebody who intentionally rams an SUV into a crowd of innocent people. And we'll see what the actual motivation was. It very well may have been in response to what happened with Kyle Rittenhouse. And you have to wonder if that's the case. Almost assuredly, this guy's view of Rittenhouse was colored by all these media lies.
So, I mean, there's the governor of Florida inserting himself in this thing that happened in Wisconsin. You know, I like everything he said. I agree with him 100%, you know, but it's a good move on his part because it puts him on the national scene in front of everybody. You know, I don't know if he's going to run for president or not. Root, you say he's already registered to run for governor, but I mean, even if he is, I mean, does that bar him from running for president also? I don't know. I really don't. But anyway, man, who knows what's going to happen? I mean, that's still what, 3 years away. Who knows what's going to happen between then and now? Look at how the Democrats are scrambling to find someone. The thing about the other side, the America First side, there's so many great candidates they could run. You know, there's been whispers of Candace Owens maybe running. She would be great. Larry Elder, his bid in California didn't work, but maybe on the national scene. Kristi Noem, you mentioned Kristi Noem, she would be a good one. There's a bunch of good ones that could run on that ticket. Just good, solid people, you know, people who aren't politicians, so to speak, people who are just good statesmen and stateswomen. But on the Democrat side, the establishment side, they have no one, man. They are scrambling trying to find people to run. I was reading a poll yesterday of who the forerunners are. I think right now, Kamala Harris, she's still got like 26%. She's the top one, and everyone hates her. Like they know there's no way she could win against anybody, you know. So, and then they got going down the line. I think it's Michelle Obama's got like 15% of it, which I mean, she's nowhere. She's not on the national scene. She's not preparing to run for president. And I just don't think she's got a shot either. For one thing, only vice she has towards the White House is she lived there because she was banging the president because she was his wife. That's all she's got. She's never held public office or anything like that. And I think the next one down the line was AOC. She had 5%, and she was tied with what's his name? Pete Butt Cheeks, Buttigieg. And they have been trying to push him too, you know, but he's an idiot. He's a moron. He's the one who went on 2 months paternity leave with his husband because they adopted or something like that. 2 months paternity leave? Come on, man. What's wrong with you? And he just disappeared. He's the here he is holding this public office. He's been appointed to this office, and then he just leaves for 2 months. Just disappears. Y'all remember that? But anyway, they've been trying to push him and make him seem like he's this huge public guy, you know, like everyone just knows him and he's a great guy, but he's not. Look what he said, talking about the new bill that they just passed, this new $1 trillion bill, and talking about how it's going to save people money because, you know, he's the transportation secretary. They asked him, well, what are we going to do about the gas prices? This is really affecting American people. And this was his freaking answer.
Now there's talk about the Build Back Better Act, which is the quote-unquote human infrastructure. Are there things in that legislation that's now being cobbled together that is important to you as the Secretary of Transportation?
Absolutely, yes. Obviously, most of the physical infrastructure work was contemplated in the bill that was just signed, but there is more envisioned in the Build Back Better law. I'll give you one example. It contains incentives to make it more affordable to buy an electric vehicle, up to a $12,500 discount in effect for families thinking about getting an EV. Families that once they own that electric vehicle will never have to worry about gas prices.
So, I mean, this is their thing, their big push. They're trying to let us know gas prices are never going back down because we're not going to do anything to make them go back down. Obama said that when he was president, because after him, you know, it was supposed to be Hillary's turn and they were going to keep pushing their agenda, their globalist agenda. But, you know, the big Brahma bull, freaking Donald Trump went in the China shop and destroyed all that and showed us gas prices can go back down, guys, if we want them to. But anyway, we're back on the Obama plan now. And they're trying to let us know gas is never going back down, guys. And we're going to deplete our reserves. Did you guys see that they did take more gas out of our reserves? Ridiculous. But anyway, yeah, that's his answer. The answer is in this stimulus package. If you buy $100,000 electric car, we'll give you $12,000 back on it. In about 3 decades, you'll pay it off, you know, and you won't have to worry about gas, but you'll still have to find a place to plug it in, like long traveling trips. Where are you going to stop and charge your car? Let's say there is a charging station. Let's say you go on a long trip, because I think the average distance for an electric car is what, guys? 200 miles? So if you go on a trip over 200 miles, you have to recharge your electric car. Where are you going to stop and do it? That means you have to plan your trip based on where you're going to have charging stations, right? Once you get to that charging station, if we all have electric cars, like they think is going to happen, it's going to take at least an hour if you got a fast charger. If not, it could be longer. So while you're in line waiting to get to the charging station, you got to sit there, you know. So could you imagine that? No one's going to travel with electric vehicles, you know, and you still have to pay for the electricity. They're trying to set them up like gas stations. But anyway, no one's going in for this stuff. Hey, Jay, good to see you this morning, brother. Appreciate you, man. Militant, what's going on? Right? Yeah, great deal, isn't it? You get $12,000, man. And it's not like they hand you $12,000. It's a tax credit. You know what I'm saying? And they've split it into like 3 things that you have to qualify for it. They're sneaky, man. They're sneaky. And people are listening to, oh man, what a great, I can get an electric car finally. Yeah, no, man. The average person cannot afford just a regular like beater that's a used car nowadays. My dad's trying to get a new truck, and he's had one on back order for 3 months, and it still hadn't got here because he's getting a brand new truck, you know, because of all the shortages and all the microchips and all that stuff. And his used vehicle, I think it's 7 years old. The dealership's going to give him $20,000 for it because it's still in good condition. So yeah, I don't think all of us can afford electric cars. I don't care if they gave you $20,000 back, you'd still be shelling out about 50 grand. I didn't see you, man. Good morning. Appreciate you, brother. You know I got you back. Meanwhile, gasoline power truck hauling diesel generator pull up to recharge you. Oh my God. Could you see like a whole brand new economy opening up for all these fools who get electric cars and going on these long trips, and then people who have gas powered vehicles? Big Chad, you're a smart dude, man. That's exactly what would happen. There'd be a whole new thing opening up for people. That's what I'm talking about. See, that is the free market ideology right there. When there's a need to arise, if there's a free market, someone who is industrious enough to take that risk and invest can start a business. Capitalism's great. Anyway, so moving on. But talking about how they don't have anyone to run in 2024. And it's their fault, man. It's because they double down on all this whole woke religion stuff, man. They're double down on it. No one wants that stuff. It's racist. It's oppressive. It's regressive. It's taking us back to a time when there was real racism. Talking about segregation and the color of your skin is the most important characteristic of any person. Come on. You know, most of us are not racist, and we're not buying into that crap. So they're shooting their own selves in both feet. But it's looking like the best candidate they have to run at this moment is Joe Biden himself. And we're not even a year into his presidency yet. And the guy is withering fast, man. I watched his speech yesterday, and I had to go back and record it because you could tell, man, like he's starting to have trouble with the teleprompter. Like you guys know, man, that's his biggest struggle. He's not fighting Donald Trump. He's not fighting Republicans. He's not fighting the American people. He's fighting the teleprompter every day, man. Like when he gets up in the morning and he goes to train at the gym, he's training to fight that teleprompter every day. And every day it's a losing battle. Watch him.
And we'll do that the same way that any modifications are needed or current treatments need used to help those with who get ill with the COVID virus. Look, I'm sparing no effort and removing all roadblocks to keep the American people safe. I want to take a few moments to talk about the new COVID variant. It's called the Omicron. Travel restrictions can slow the speed of Omicron. The Delta variants and now the Omicron variant, we have moved forward in the face of the Delta variant. And we move forward now in the face of the Omicron variant as well.
Poor guy, man. He was struggling. I bet the people are like, next time we name a variant, just use like 3 letters. The president can't pronounce these long words from the teleprompter, man. My God. I can't wait till like AI gets in the teleprompter and just takes over and just starts, doing like the Ron Burgundy thing. Because Joe Biden will read what's ever on that teleprompter. End of quote. I saw something. Of course you do, Art. So you'd be the main one, dude. You'd be a millionaire. All these people getting electric cars and breaking down on the road because they can't charge them. They'd call Art. He'd show up. Got you, man. I got you. Right? Man, it's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. In the mainstream media, man, they're dying. That's another reason why I don't think Donald Trump should run. Because he'll reinvigorate the mainstream media. They were already dying. And then when Donald Trump got elected, they had a devil, someone to demonize and say, oh, look at this racist white supremacist, and they double down, triple down on it. And now that he's gone and he's pretty much stayed out of the public eye, I'm kind of proud of him. But I don't know, I think they messed up when they kicked him off of social media. If they wanted to continue to demonize him and to use them to build their narrative, they shouldn't have kicked him off social media. They kicked him off Twitter, so there's no more mean tweets. They kicked him off Facebook, everything. And so that they keep shooting themselves in the foot, man. They're idiots. They're morons. There are morons running our country. There's morons running the world. Just ask our brother Auslander. Auslander, man, I know I wanted to ask you about something. I did a live stream a couple of months ago, and we were talking about the one world religion from the book of Revelations. And I don't think it's going to be like a known established religion. I think it's going to be something new, and I think it's going to be wokeism. It's going to be like a humanist thing. But anyway, you guys remember last summer when Notre Dame burned to the ground because of all the BLM protests that were taking place in Europe for some reason? So Notre Dame, one of our oldest cathedrals. And I didn't know this. I watched the video yesterday. There were actually 4 of our oldest, largest cathedrals burned down. But anyway, they're rebuilding Notre Dame, and what they're going to do is they're going to make a woke museum. It's going to be about inclusivity and all the woke stuff. That's what they're turning Notre Dame into when they rebuild it. And it just got me thinking, this one world religion thing, it's going to be this wokeist stuff, this globalist wokeism. I really believe that. And I just wanted to get your thoughts on that, brother. Yeah. I mean, that's a part of the whole woke thing too. I really think whatever the one world religion, the Antichrist is going to be, it's going to be something like that. It's going to seem like super inclusive and just include everyone. That's a good point. Yeah. Look at the way that everyone's worshiping, getting vaccinated. So I tell you what, man, this world's in a bind. But anyway, guys, I think we're out of time for this morning. It's been a good talk. It's been a good discussion. I appreciate you guys coming in and hanging out with me every morning, helping me reload. I hope you guys help get reloaded, man. But y'all, let's go out in the world and let's face down to just the lunacy that's going on. All of us, all over the world together. We got each other's back. But Mad Shad, what's up, man? I can't leave without saying good morning to my favorite Viking. Good morning, brother. But Leroy, good morning. And a mosque all in one. There we go. See, that's the thing that and I'll end with this. When it comes to one world religion, like Christianity is already under attack, by wokeism and stuff. But people who are Muslim, they're very religious people, and their faith is a part of their lifestyle. So I don't just see them just giving that up either. So I think there's going to come a turn to where they're not only attacking Christianity, they're also going to be attacking all fundamental religions, including Islam. But we'll see. I mean, I think we're living in the last days. But anyway, guys, I appreciate y'all hanging out with me, man. I forgot to mention this yesterday. This Thursday at 9, Ghost Prepper and we're going to be doing a movie review. It's our first review. We're going to try it out. We're going to be doing How It Ends, post-apocalyptic movie. It's on Netflix. If you guys want to come on there and join us, get into discussion. We're just going to see what we think the scenarios are, what we think it's going to be, and all that good stuff. But anyway, hope to see you guys there. Hope you guys have a great day. I'll see you guys here tomorrow morning also. And after me on Thursday, let's see who's going after me on Thursday. Oh, Tribe's going before me. Prepper Tribe is going before me Thursday, and then me and Ghost. But I appreciate each and every one of you, man. You guys have a good day. Let's go out there and change the culture, man. Let's always be prepared. Y'all have a great day.